A good hot dog will make you ask yourself why you don't eat them more often. I'm gonna show you to take something so simple and make a few adjustments that'll change the way you eat hot dogs. Hot dogs are a symbol of summer, and summer is here. I think it's time to start putting more respect on hot dogs. I said it. Over the past few months, I've been making a lot of hot dogs. I love a good hot dog. I'm young, what can I say? But I've been trying to figure out how I can make the best hot dog without having to do the most. And I firmly believe this is the best hot dog on the internet. Maybe I'm biased. Y'all be the judge of that, but it's up there with the best of them, and we don't have to do too much. We're starting our prep work, knock out our chili, show love to the dogs, assemble it, bake it, eat good, call it a day. Y'all know what's up. Let's get to work. Our prep work begins with an onion, obviously. Chili cheese dog, gotta have onions, and y'all know I love my onions, so we're gonna have a lot of onions. And the reason I'm showing y'all the onions today is just because I wanna show you how to get a really fine dice on your onions. It's really simple, so if you know how to do this, then you can skip ahead. But I just think when you're making chili cheese dogs, the importance of having like a fine diced onions goes a long way. I'm just doing all this side. I'm being lazy today. Let me get a compost actually, because I hate having to clean up after myself. But we're gonna start by peeling our onion. This is always the hardest part. I always like to peel back that first layer. And if you don't like onions, obviously you can omit this step. Don't really need to add them, but come on, if you're eating a chili cheese dog, you gotta have your onions. So we're gonna make 3 horizontal slits, and then of course, we're gonna make about like 8 or 10 vertical slits, going all the way across. And we're making our chili. No need to buy store-bought chili for real, because this is super simple, super easy, and I guarantee this will be the best chili that you've ever had. I don't know about ever had, but this chili is up there with some of my favorite recipes, just because it is really good. Trust me when I say that. So, it's super simple. And then just to get a super fine dice, instead of making big chops, you just want to try to keep them as small as possible. And you just want to go straight down, just like so. And you have a nice fine dice. Sorry for my fridge going crazy. But as you can see, just a nice small onion. It's gonna go perfect for what I'm doing to my hot dogs and how I add them. But we'll knock all this out and then we'll start on our chili. So I'll make this go super quick. Y'all don't have to watch me do this. Y'all don't have to watch me cry and shed tears, but I will see y'all next when we get started on our chili. Starting our chili, we need some little bit of oil in our pan, just to help everything lubricate. And then going down there with some onions. Y'all know I love my onions. So that's probably about like a half a cup. And we're just gonna let this soften. Let that soften a few minutes. Let me grab my salt and pepper. Okay. And then we'll add just a nice pinch of salt. No pepper right now. We'll add our pepper later. I love onions, y'all know. And these onions are gonna soften down over the next 5 to 10 minutes. And really, if you don't like onions, you gotta grow up. Onions are so good. If you don't like onions, I feel like onions is quintessential when it comes to cooking. Let me know if I use that word right, but I really believe onion is a staple in so many dishes that just adds a lot of flavor, a lot of good flavor too. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So we'll let that soften 5, 10 minutes. Once that comes back, we'll come back and add our ground beef, and then the party will get going. I always say party. Now that our onions are softened, I like to get a little bit of color on mine. I feel like that adds just a little bit more flavor. We'll go in there with our ground beef. And you don't have to use ground beef. I'm using, I think this is like 85, what's that, 25 is the rest? 15? I forgot. But I'm using pretty fatty ground beef. You can use ground turkey, I'm sure ground chicken. Why would you use ground chicken? But any other meats that you like to make chili, but again, it won't be as good as this if you're using a replacement. And we're gonna let this cook, soften up, breaking it up, and then you wanna drain this, and then we're gonna add all of our seasonings to it and really get the party going. I keep saying party, I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm trying to find a different word to use, guys. But just let that do its thing. Get softened, grounded. This tool is a lifesaver. If you don't have one of these, get one of them. I'll link it down below on my Amazon storefront. Shameless plug. If y'all ever wondering about any of the equipment I use, everything is down below in my storefront. Full transparency, I do make money off of that. So if you want to support your boy, keep the lights on. That's how you do it. And then of course, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. But we'll let this go for just a couple more minutes. And then once this is done, I'll come back and we'll make this happen. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's a lot of fat in their flow, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna strain this, and then we'll be back. Once all that meat is drained, we're gonna go over the top and season this up. Season with your heart, season with a bunch of love. And of course, I'll put everything down in the description below. That was garlic powder, and we got a little bit of cumin, goated. Oregano, a good secret that I like to add to it. Adds some good flavor in my opinion. Onion powder, of course, one of the OGs. Come on, we'll use the rest of that. Get that out. And then we need chili powder. A lot of chili powder. A couple tablespoons of that. You know, once you get good in the kitchen, then really start playing with it. I don't even use measurements like that. A little bit of heat is okay. We'll add just a smidge cayenne pepper, and then of course we gotta go some smoked paprika. Love that. And then we need a pinch of sugar, not too much. If you don't want any sugar in it, by all means, you can leave that out. You don't need to do that. Then we'll add just a little salt to this. And then, of course, we need some pepper. And then at this step, you really want to taste it. Taste it and adjust for seasonings, because after this, it really turns into a soup. And you can always adjust at the end, but I always like to just taste the meat right here, pause. But at this step, just to see how the flavor's working, because then it's gonna cook for about an hour after this too and get real thick once we add the broth to it. So the flavor will solidify and kind of get a little bit more intense. So I know how it is right here, and then I know at the end where I need to adjust, if I need to adjust. Okay, let's see. All right, look at that. Looks beautiful, right? Did y'all eat this? Here, I'll eat first. How is it? Y'all let me know. Did that need anything? Nope. I might go an extra little pinch of salt just to bring out just a little bit more of that flavor. But that is all good with me. Give that one final mix. Cool. We can turn the heat back on now. And then, now, the last few things we need to add is some beef broth, beef stock. And we're just gonna add about 2 cups, enough to cover it. That looks like right about 2 cups for me. Okay, that's good. And then the last thing we need to add, just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Couple glugs of that, good flavor. Okay, give this a mix. And as we can see, it is very gumbo soupy like. So we're gonna let this thicken up, reduce over the next hour. So just keep this over a nice simmer and it's going to get nice and thick. So bring it up to a boil, drop it down to a simmer, and then we'll really get going after that. But again, guys, don't say I don't have the time to make that. Most of the time, if you know you're gonna make hot dogs, you know that like in the morning. It's kind of not a last minute thing. So you can have time. Even if it is a last minute thing, knock out some laundry while you're doing this. I'm gonna scoot this to the side now. Y'all don't need to see me bring this up to a boil, knock it down to a simmer. Hopefully y'all know how to do that. But the next time y'all see me, we'll be starting on our hot dogs. The next important thing is the hot dogs. Don't focus on me, focus on the hot dogs camera. Nathan's 8 beef frank skinless hot dogs. I don't even know what that really means, but great product. Nathan's, if you wanna get at me, please, I'd be more than happy to work with you. Shameless plug, guys. But again, great hot dogs. My dad made the shift to this a few years ago. I will never ever go back. And I believe ballparks be using these too. So every time I go out to like a sporting event, they have these type of hot dogs and I'm just like, yes, these are the best hot dogs. Enough chitter chatter. Once my chili is done, or once it's close to done, we'll come back, fry the hot dogs up, and we'll get going. Our hot dogs start with a pan of hot oil heating up, and we're just gonna fry these up. I feel like frying hot dogs is the best way to go. So we'll put them all in there. That's splashing all over the place. But put them in the pan, and I usually wanna let these fry up. They're gonna get nice and crispy on both sides. It's making a mess because there's a lot of water in hot dogs. Oh, I didn't drain my hot dogs before putting them in the pan. But we're just gonna let these fry up just a couple minutes, rotate them a couple minutes, rotate, then another couple minutes, rotate them, rotate them, rotate them. We'll make that go fast. Cool, and then after a couple minutes, you just turn them over and fry up the other side. Let me ask y'all a question. With the hot dogs, do you prefer tater tots or chips? I don't know. I was really thinking about that as I'm doing this, like, what am I gonna eat these with? Because right now, I don't have any of those. I'm gonna go to the store after this. I was like, do I want tater tots or chips? Like, I love me some original Lay's chips. Those are my favorite chips ever. But then I'm like some tater tots with a little bit of lemon pepper seasoning and some seasoned salt. Always hit the spot, some Chick-fil-A sauce. Goated. I really wouldn't be able to tell you. And why I fry my hot dogs every time is, I saw it on TikTok like years ago when TikTok first came out, like during COVID, damn near. But they used to, this place fried their hot dogs and it just looked so good. And ever since then, I'm like, I'm just gonna try to do that and I love it. Get some nice color on it, it looks cool. So, We'll let that fry up again. Y'all just keep turning it. Once they're pretty much already cooked, so you don't have to cook them like super long time. But once that is finished, we'll get done with that. And then the chili, guys. My chili, I don't know if I can really tell, but it's thickened up a lot. Now a lot of liquid in there, so that is perfect. It only took, what time is it? 8:58 in the morning? I know it's early, but I started at 8:20, 38, 40 minutes. So super quick and easy. Not too much to it. Okay, cool. Now, these are looking good. I don't know if y'all can see that color, so let me pick one up. Usually I do this with my hands, but these are gonna be really hot, I'm already knowing. Okay, as we can see, a nice golden glizzy, pause. I'd be fooling too much, right? But cool, we can set this to the side, turn the heat off, and we can begin to build. So the hot dog buns we're using is Great Value, original plain Jane hot dog buns. But I just wanna show you how much I'm gonna improve these. Like, it's gonna be a lot better at the end of this. So we're gonna taking them and splitting our buns apart. And preheat your oven to 350 because that's where we're gonna be baking them at. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on this. And you know, I would go like a potato bun usually, or maybe like a top split hot dog bun, but again, I'm not looking for nothing over the top because I'm gonna make it over the top myself. So, but again, I'm sure if I started with like a potato bun, it would be just a little bit better. But again, I think this is the best hot dog and this is how I've been doing it. So this is how we're gonna do it. So we'll split all of our buns, of course. I always get scared when doing hot dogs because I hate when you get like a pack of buns and like it's too thin and it rips apart. That really truly makes me so upset. So spread them across. What was y'all's favorite comfort meal growing up? If it wasn't a grilled cheese or sloppy joe, I love sloppy joe. It was easily hot dogs. And this is one of the first things my dad really too let me cook because it was just so simple. Of course, I wasn't making my own chili as a youth, but he'd be like, you know, put the hot dogs. I would boil hot dogs. Boil hot dogs, boy, let me know if y'all boil hot dogs. I feel like that's definitely a black people thing, is boiling hot dogs. But to make these hot dogs even better, we're going to put some mustard in the bottom of them. Nothing special, right? You're like, oh, that's nothing crazy. Just wait. So just do about a line in there, and then you just go across all 8 buns, or however many hot dogs that you have. Put a line in there, and this is going to add some nice bite, some tang, just to cut through everything because the chili, the beef hot dogs, just so much flavor in it. So my dad would call this twang. He always says twang, twang, twang. No, Dad, that's acidic flavor that you're looking for. Okay, do all of that. So therapeutic, right? I'm like a well-oiled machine. Okay, then the next thing we need, QP mayo. Y'all know me, I love my QP mayo. Goat it right here. Just add just a little bit more richness to it. I promise you. I think in like Mexican hot dogs, I think they add mayonnaise to it. I think this is where I kind of got it from. It's amazing. I think it was a Korean hot dog I got. I don't know where I got it from, but I've been doing it ever since, and boy, oh boy, I love it. But if you don't have QP mayo, one, get it. But then if not, the other brands do work as well. Just a small line all the way across. Don't worry about it looking pretty. The hot dog's gonna go in there, so I like to kind of just smush my buns together and get it on both sides of the bun, or inside of it. But, okay, done. 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 My dog is over there snoring. I don't know if y'all can hear him. That boy be sleeping good. Like, he paid the bills. Man, that boy got a great life. Okay, cool. Can knock that out. The next thing I like to add to my buns is some cheddar cheese. Y'all know me, I love my cheese. And if you don't like as much cheese as how I'm putting on these hot dogs, by all means, you do not have to. I just find all the cheese to be good. It melts, get underneath the hot dog. It is a chili cheese dog, so chili and cheese need to be the two most, you know, the two top components in it. Okay, just a little bit, not too much. I'm not gonna go OD here. Shred your own cheese too, guys. I know I said it earlier, but I really do mean that. That's probably a little too much in that one. We ball though. Okay, just go through doing this. Dum 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 dum. What y'all think about that Kendrick and Drake beef? Man. It is currently Saturday, March 4th, I think. I think it's March 4th. But Kendrick just dropped his disc, Meet the Grands, boy, oh boy. Like, I usually don't care about that stuff, but it's just fun to see all this stuff that's going around social media. Man, it's a raw world we live in. Okay, cool. Now that that's done, we'll bring back our hot dogs. I almost made a mess right there. Okay, put that down. And now you just take your buns, take your hot dog, and you just place it right in between it. Jeez, perfect fit too. I'm so happy with this. And of course in college, my roommates, with all athletes, I played football back in college. And man, when I would make hot dogs for my roommates, they knew it was time to sit down, eat, don't say a word, because my hot dogs are like that. I'm him. Of course, my hot dogs weren't nearly as good back in the day. Like, I'm surprised they liked them as much as they did, because these are just way better. But I'm telling y'all, I've been doing this forever. Like, when it comes to this type of food, I say black people food. In college, I said a different type of word. But this food is my specialty. I'm really trying to expand though. But this is just something I will always go back to, always hit the spot. Okay, good. We got all those together. So the next trick I'm gonna show you, I'll be right back. The next best thing we're gonna add to this is a little bit of garlic butter with oregano mixed into it. This is salted butter too. Just because there's gonna be a lot going on. You got the chili, the cheese, the onions going on top of it. So you wanna be able to taste the buns, I like to say. But this is going to be so good. I started off doing this with unsalted butter at first, and just the flavor just wasn't there for me. So I made that shift to salted butter, and by all means, it made everything a lot better. I'm gonna explain to y'all the type of guy I am and how I think and how I operate. So I work out every day pretty much, but I like to hit leg days on Friday just because I feel like if you put the day that you like, the body part that you don't like the most on a Friday, that really just kind of shows how disciplined you are if you're able to get through the week. And then on the worst day, like Friday. On Friday, I'm not trying to do nothing too crazy, but of course, it's my leg day, and I killed my legs yesterday, and I can barely walk today. Like, my legs are so tight and heavy, sore. Ugh, man. But these hot dogs are gonna make up for it too. I know I was making hot dogs this weekend, so I was like, okay, Dre, if I get out the gym, that's all I could think about. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Butter the hot dogs up. Don't forget those too. Go across. I'm telling y'all, the best hot dogs ever. Add so much flavor at every step of the way if you can. Oh yeah, good job, Ray. I always say, oh yeah, because I know this is finna be good. Like, y'all don't even know till you really try it, but I want you to try it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, good. Oh, and preheat your oven to 350. And I have a cast iron pan in there too, because I like to steam my buns a little bit at the end. So throw a cast iron or a sheet pan in there too, just at the end of that. I'll show you what to do with that later though. Okay, good. Got that all good. Some Parmesan cheese too. I started off doing that, but that was just kind of too much. So don't do that, but that would be a good twist if you really think that would be good. That'd be good, but I just didn't like that. I just thought that was too much. Cool. Okay, cool. Next, we'll go over the top with those onions, and that's why I said really cut them small so you can load up on them. I like my onions, so I'm gonna load up on them. Onions is a very great thing. If you don't like onions, you're not an adult, grow up, please. You have no reason not to like onions. I will stand and die on that hill. Okay, add all that. This is artwork right here. This is artwork at its finest. Okay, good. Good, right. How does that look, y'all? That look good? More onions? Anyway, just a little bit right there. Cool. And then you wanna go over the top of that. This is where all that cheese comes in handy. Load it up. Don't do too much, because again, we're gonna go over the top of this with some cheese, and then don't forget, you do have cheese under the dog as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, D-Ray. I'm happy. This is stuff I say when I be in the kitchen, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just spitballing right now. I get excited when I know something's gonna be so good. Like, y'all just don't even know. Okay, good. That looks good. What y'all think? This is a tiny little spot right there. Okay, good. All right, Dre, still trying to be perfect. Okay, good. We can set that aside. Okay, now of course we're gonna go in there with all of our chili. And if it gets too thick, just add a little bit more beef broth, water, whatever you're using to loosen it up a little bit. But that is going to be so good. Look at this, guys. The chili looks amazing. Got some nice, good color to it. And you know, we got more onions in the chili too, so You know what I never understood? Like at the store, they have like this thing called chili sauce and it is completely smooth. I thought about doing that too for a little bit, but I feel like that'd be just too runny. I don't want it to do that. So I like a little bit on the thicker side, just maybe a contrast in like texture. I don't know. I'm sure you food critics out there let me know. Maybe if Joshua Weissman saw this, he'd be like, no. Josh, tell him you love it. Okay. Add all that chili. I like to kind of spread it out. I try to get like an even-ish layer, but that never works out for me. And this chili is great in so many applications too. You just don't have to use this for hot dogs. You can use it for like if you're actually making chili with some crackers. I would smash that. Some Frito pie. I love Frito pie. I might do a recipe for that. I got the best Frito pie recipe ever. Shout out my granny. Okay, cool. That is all we have left. Perfect. Okay, good. We can put that to the side. And then, of course, we'll go on top of that with some cheese now. Now the remaining cheese, let's do it like a light sprinkle of this. And this was 8 ounces of cheese. So pretty much the whole block was used because I like it cheesy. Messy dog. Okay. Dang, Rocky, bro, you good, fam? You was up all night. Okay, and then just to top it off, we'll go in there with some white onions. And the white onions is perfect. I tried it with red onions, yellow onions. I just like the white onions because it has a lot of bite and it cuts through everything. And then I just love white onions too, so. But you can use whatever onions that you want to use. If you don't like onions, keep it out. You add some shallots to it, that's good. It has a little bit more sweetness, but really not a fan of that in this. But okay, Dre, stop messing with it. We're done. Now we're just gonna bake this covered for about 50, I should show you how to cover it, but we're gonna bake this for 15 minutes covered, take it off the last 5-10 minutes, let the cheese melt, steam them, great. Oh my goodness, that. I just want y'all to see that. This is the best hot dog to mankind. There you go. Take it home with you. Here, go put it in the oven. There you go. All right, I'm done fooling. We all know how to put things in the oven. So we're just gonna put that right in there and let that go for about 15 to 20 minutes. As you can see, I do have a cast iron in there. I'm gonna throw an ice cube in there once I take the foil off the last 5 minutes. And it's gonna steam, get the hot dogs nice, soft, the perfect bun ever. So close that up, 15 minutes, we'll let that go. Let's bring out the masterpiece. Look at that, just beautiful, amazing. It doesn't get better than this. I'm super excited. Let's see how soft, oh. Nice, soft, crunchy buns. Oh my goodness, that ice cube at the end really does help because it gets pretty toasty in the oven. So it'll get nice and crisp, but then I throw an ice cube in there and it softens it up just enough. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna scooch our back. We're gonna take a bite. We're going home. Okay, let's get our dog. I'm so pumped. And the reason I like to throw that ice cube in there is because I think Sonic has some of the best hot dogs ever. Not ever, but pretty good for a fast food joint. That is falling apart, don't fall apart on me. But I like how soft their buns are and it's perfect. So I always like to kind of toast it just like Sonic does. But nonetheless, let's take this bite. It's supposed to be messy. Usually you should eat it with a fork. I'm gonna try this chili first. Oh my goodness. And I forgot to put tomato paste in the chili. So after you saute the onions, ground the ground beef, add the tomato paste, season it up, and then you cook it for however long. I forgot to add that. I was cleaning up and I was like, dang. Still phenomenal nonetheless. But the tomato paste adds just the perfect thing to it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm ready to eat. Okay. It's gonna get messy, Dre. Okay. Cheers to y'all. Eat great food. Hit the gym after this. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh my God. I'm gonna finish this. I'll be right back. Big back summer for real. So good. The mustard at the bottom cuts through all the richness, the chili, the garlic butter. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy right now. I know I say this every week, but pay attention, please. Come here, listen to this. It doesn't get any better than this. Packed with so much flavor, just amazing, really. I have no other words. All the components about this is perfect. The mustard, the mayo, the chili, the beef hot dog, the garlic butter, the onions, everything really just comes together and makes something so good. Don't get in the oven, throwing the ice cube in there, getting the buns nice and soft. It really is so good. I really do mean it when I say I believe these are the best hot dogs on the internet. I don't know, maybe I'm biased again. Y'all let me know. Comment down below what you think when you try them. But like always, guys, I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all know the deal. Let's run it up. Send this to a friend, be like, hey, the rest of these are the best dogs on the internet. Make them, you'll be happy. Comment down below what y'all want to see next, what I can do different. Y'all know the deal. Come back next week. Eat great food. Peace.